Hello and welcome back to Children of Morta, and we are doing a mark run, which we ended in the middle of the last episode. We have like 2.2 floors left, if you say that the boss is one floor. We are on the second floor. We have a tiny bit left to explore. It's not much, probably, and we are going to open up a chest somewhere. We have 2 to open, but we only have 1 gemstone, and we are going to spend the 1 gemstone we have, as we can see up here in the menu, and before heading down to floor 3. And then we are going to hope that we have enough XP to get to level 20. Now, I don't think we will, but you can always wish for it and be disappointed when you don't get it. But while this is a very grim way of looking at it, it's probably a very accurate way of looking at it, so I don't think we are going to get level 20. Okay, this is an item room. It was good that I went back, and we are going to go up and like get the chest up over here. But then we are going to just teleport back, and it was a bit of money and a rune. Let's teleport and head on to the next floor. It's the 3rd and last floor, and then we have the boss. It's probably not going to take a very long time to get this done. We have an item room, which is a temporary shield. I'm super bad at using my items. Like, I absolutely suck at remembering using my like active items. And it more or less doesn't matter which game it is. I really cannot remember to use active items. Mostly because I think they are annoying, and are focusing a lot more on what I'm doing, not what skills I'm using. So I probably should, but I'm not, so well. Just an explanation. There's no real excuse for forgetting to use them, because like forgetting to use active items in these kinds of games are very bad. Some active items I have, it also depends on what it is and what it does, because if it's like, if you don't do it you die kind of thing, then yes, I will do it. But if I can get away with not using it, like in many cases in this game, I'm not going to use it. Even if it's actually more efficient, I'm not going to use it, because yeah, I probably won't need it, since it's more of a bonus thing. I don't do it because I don't need it to survive. Now, that's the case right now. I have had times where if I didn't activate my active items, I would have died situation, which is a time when if you have something to activate, you really need to. Now, that doesn't mean you will make it. You might actually not make it anyway. It all, of course, depends on the item, but I would probably, like, from what I have gathered so far from the game, is that the items are good to have, not a must-have, and the items are helpful, not crucial. Now, some items are more helpful than others, and that's how it's always going to be in games, such as this one. But I feel like some kind of balancing, or maybe a hardcore mode, where if you don't have items, if you don't use them, you will probably die a lot more. And it's way more important to dodge, it's way more important to, like, avoid damage and try to deal damage as much as possible. Now, for that to work, I think you would need to increase the base, like the base drop rate for gemstones, because or you can only activate hardcore mode once you have done the whole story, basically. Okay, but I feel like you do need to if you want to add on to, I think you do need to add like a hardcore mode, which is a bit harder, because especially once you get going and get bonuses like the family bonuses, it is getting a bit easy, I would say. Now, that's me. That's not necessarily how everyone will think and experience the game like. I am quite experienced when it comes to action RPGs and games in general, so for me this is absolutely no problems whatsoever. Yeah, let's do this one. I'm not sure we have anything left to explore. No, it doesn't look like we have any more to do other than the boss. Okay, that's a bit boring. Yeah, sure, let's mend the runes, because we can't do anything else. Well, but yeah, as I said, I think adding a hardcore mode to this would be a good, or an endless mode, or both. I really like the game as an action RPG. I'm gonna have to do this. Come on. There we go. Oh, okay. really do need to like hit some of the structures. Okay, that's good to know. Okay, that was bad. Now, I do think I earn XP, yes. So this is another place where you can just farm XP. Now, I'm probably going to do just that, because I do want XP. I do need it. And if I can take like a bit of time. Okay, we actually did invoke the wrath of the machine. Now I could just not attack and just leave it be, but yeah, I think we are going to just keep on doing this. And we are going to have to stay away from the structures. If we want to do this. Here we go. And here we go, that's another one. Yeah, I am going to do this to get XP because I do need XP. I really do need XP. Let's go in. Thankfully, in single player, at least you are paused. Let's see, we have 16, we have 3s, we're 19. We need one more level. One whole more level. And I am going to say this, if you want to just go ahead and skip, which is totally fine. I am going to sit and farm this boss, the mobs that's endlessly spawns, to gain level 20. And if I get so bored that I just end it, because I'm not sure I want to just spend like a bunch of time really to do another and then dying just to gain like one level. But anyway, yeah, I do think it would be in their best interest to remove the whole like XP farm possible places. To be honest, I do think it would be good for the game to remove them. In this like this boss, you can very easily stop that by having cycles. Like a certain amount of enemies will get spawned, and then it will cycle to the boss. And you can if you want reasoning, you can go with the boss gets tired of letting the minions fail over and over again, and and then feel like he needs to do it on his own. And if you then beat him up or not, he will like he will do his like put it in rotation. Like you don't need the whole you have to hit structures. Now keep it in so you can actually proc the like can enrage the boss to actually come out and lower the shield. So you can force the thing, but you can't like sit and farm without ever procking until you want to proc it. To be honest, like I think it's a bit cheesy being able to do this. In this case, I will use it because I want the level, but I really do think that they need to like not allow this. So I do think it's quite destructive for the game. And I'm not even abusing it as much as I could. I have done it this once, and I did it on the puzzle thing to show it off. But that's about it, really. Like, and I do think, as I said before, it needs to get fixed so it's not possible, or at least not as good. For example, for this boss, it does get very repetitive, and I think the interest to keep on farming would go away if the boss has, like, if you cycle to the boss sometimes, the interest would be lower. Not necessarily non-existent, but it would at least be lowered. Let's see here. We are basically, there we go, and we're leveled. And now we need to just wail on the boss, basically. One more time and we should be fine. Here we go. There we go. Completed. And we actually got the level. Like, that's the thing, really. I don't think we should be allowed to get the level. But we did get it. Now, I do understand that if you just cycle the boss, it means that you could still just wait for the boss to finish his cycle and up his shield again, and then you start all over. I do believe that by doing that, a large portion of people will find it way too tedious, and it would then be quicker to just do a new run. Now, let's see here. I have 2 more skill points. I need to put out. And what should we put it into? Probably Spirit Surge. Yeah. Mark instructs the family in how to quicken their movements, increasing the evade bar by 1. Right, so now we have, if, for example, John, who only had 1 evade bar, now has 2. Mark has 3 because he had 2 before, and Linda, for example, should have 3. She might even have 4. I can't remember if she had 3 or not. But anyway, that's that. We have 9 more minutes of this episode. Oh. Oh, something is very itchy, making me sneeze. But anyway, we have a bunch of money to use. I'm not... like, yeah, the obelisk remembrance. Oh. The obelisk remembrance is good because of the obelisk duration. For example, when you get increased luck or the XP one, having that for longer is good, but like no matter what, it is temporary, so, and you can't have 2 obelisks at once, so I'm not sure I want to spend money into that. Like getting the 2 to get 200%, yeah, sure, and rune durability to 2, yeah, that's worth it, but I'm not sure it's worth it to do more at this point. Now, it is probably good to get max dodge chance. Probably should upgrade the movement speed as well. Max that out. And yeah, and that's maxed out. Precision probably goes to 10. And I have no idea how far the compulsion and resilience go. It might be 5, it might be 10, I'm not sure. I don't think it's 20 with how the cost is, to be honest. I think this resilience might be 5 and compulsion might be 10, judging by the amount of money it needs. Precision is most likely up to 10. Let's put... I think the rage gain rate is irrelevant when you play single player. Because you will most likely get enough rage. And I feel like rage is something I want to use only when we have a bunch of yellow and reds in a fight on the floor, or a boss fight which turned out to be really bad. We should go with precision, I believe. Now, resilience is good because if we get something that's like freezes us in place or makes it go slower, it either has a bigger chance of missing or we lose it faster. I'm not sure if this makes it so like it's a resistance, like it has a higher chance of missing, or if it's like you return to normal quicker. I would guess it's you return to normal quicker, because it says in the tooltip decreases the effects, so probably it decreases the debuff, like the amount you get debuffed and the duration, but what it is, that's hard to say really. We don't have enough money for this one. That's fine. We probably should put a bit into resilience. And I got the achievement called Armed to the Teeth. And let's pick this one. Now, we have probably one more in precision and one more in resilience, and I'm not sure how many more in compulsion, but a few more. It might be up to 10 now, but I have no idea. Then we have Obelisk Remembrance and Runic Knowledge, which we need to sink a bit of money into. I'm not sure if they go up to 3 or 5 or 6. I don't know what the max level is. And that's a thing which I would very much would want to know. What, like, is it 9 out of 10? Or is it 4 out of 5? Or is it 3 out of 20? Or like, how high is the cap? Because that is something which gives you a bit of a perspective on what's really good to go for, like early. It is something that helps you in the decision making of it, and though that might be the reason why, because they don't want that kind of meta, but now let's see. I'm not sure we are going to start a new run, but we're going to plan it out. Joey, Linda, John, Kevin and Mark at this point is everyone 20 or above, so it's only Lucy left. Now, I'm not looking forward to this because Lucy has to stand completely still in one place to be able to attack. Now you can move, but you don't want to. And a lot of the enemies in the last, like the third dungeon, is like they are fast, just straight up very fast. The robots, for example, is quite quick. So I'm not sure I'm looking forward to doing this. Now, she is quite fun. She really do a lot of damage, but at the same time it's not sure how much I like her. Really, I'm not a big fan of her, to be honest. Now, this episode is basically over, but we do have one run. So the next run is going to be in the third dungeon, Terra Lava, of the last area of the two. There's Industrial District and Area 30. We're going to do the Area 30. And we're going to do Lucy. And we are going to do the whole run to make sure she gets up and above level 20. But that is going to be the next episode. So, thanks for watching, goodbye, and I hope I'll see you in the next one.